Hi, I'm John Alexandrov, the creator of Foundations of Wealth, Take It to the Bank, and the New Science of Getting Rich. In my personal coaching sessions, in my seminars, and the courses that I teach, I often get asked questions like, and again, some of these questions might seem a little basic, but they're very important. Do I need to track my expenses? And of course, the answer to that question is yes. Now, you might be thinking, well, why would some people not think about tracking their expenses? I mean, why do some people avoid that issue? Well, many people avoid that issue because they have a hard time coming to grips with reality as to how much money they're actually spending. So some people, they just haven't been taught the skill set on how to track their expenses. And honestly, some people just don't want to know. I mean, and unfortunately, what I find with many people in those circumstances or situations where they just don't want to know or they're afraid to know, they don't want to be totally honest about where they stand financially, then that leads to deeper and deeper financial difficulties. So I do recommend that you track your expenses. When I first started tracking my expenses, I literally just had this little notebook and I had a pen and I just would write down every single thing that I spent all day long. Sandwich at the sandwich shop for lunch, $4.50. Gasoline, $22. Whatever I spent for the day, it was written down. And I would tally it up for the day, and it kept me very aware of where my money was going. And by the way, it also helped me make sure that I was allocating my expenses properly. Maybe I was spending a little bit too much money in one area versus another. So it forced me to stop and really think my way through. Now, these days you can track all your expenses on apps on your phone. You can download software to do it. I've mentioned in previous videos I use Mint, M-I-N-T, which is on my phone, and it tracks it's tied right into my bank account. It's tied to my debit account. So every single time I write a check or use my debit card, it automatically logs it right onto my Mint account. And I'm always aware of where my money is going, and it categorizes it all for me. Now, the one thing that it doesn't track, because I use a separate system for this, and for those of you who are self-employed, this is very important. That is, you have to plan for taxes, right? For those of us who are self-employed, and by the way, you don't have to wait to pay your taxes annually or semi-annually or quarterly. Most people don't know. You can pay your taxes weekly, even if you're self-employed or you're an independent contractor. Just go to eftps.gov and you can sign up to pay taxes anytime that you want. So great. You had a commission check this week and you got a $20,000 commission for selling a home or a life insurance policy or whatever it may be. Go right on and say, okay, $1,500, $2,500, whatever it is for you, pay right to the federal government and stay on top of it. Because if you wait too long, sometimes those of us who are self-employed, who might not have a budget, who aren't tracking our expenses, could get into serious trouble with our taxes if we're not doing that. So make sure that you treat taxes as an expense and also treat savings as an expense. You've probably heard the old adage, pay yourself first, right? Well, the first thing you want to do is pay the government. You want to make sure you're paying your taxes, then pay yourself, and then pay your regular expenses. So in my case, I have automatically deducted out of my checking account on a weekly basis money going into my IRA account, my investment account, my large purchases account, my living expense account, my grandson's college tuition fund, another account that I have that I'm accumulating cash in to purchase real estate and furnishings and those type of things. It automatically comes out of my account like any other expense. So I urge you to take a look at savings as something that you will do consistently on a weekly or monthly basis, just like you're paying for your mortgage or for your rent or for your groceries or for your car loan or whatever it may be. Put it in the same category. You'll be stunned. You'll be amazed at how much money you can accumulate and how quickly you can do it when you do it on a consistent basis. So absolutely track your expenses. Use either use some sort of tracking mechanism like Mint, Microsoft Money, Quicken, whatever it may be for you. They'll ask you all the right questions. You'll be able to track your expenses. You'll be much more aware of where your money's going. And by the way, when you're more aware of where your money's going, you'll make better and better financial decisions. And I'll teach you in a future video why it's so important subconsciously to know where your money is going, because the more you're aware of money, where it's flowing, you also will be more aware of opportunities to earn more money as well. Okay, for more information on this topic and many others, go ahead and visit my website yourmindovermoney.com, and you can subscribe to these videos for more tips, which I'll be releasing on an ongoing basis, typically every single week. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon.